Hello there, and welcome back to another episode of City Sim Builds. And as you can probably tell by my voice, I'm still a little bit under the weather, but I'm improving, I think, a little bit, slightly, maybe? I don't know. But hopefully things keep progressing and my voice sounds a little bit more clear and less nasally and whatnot. But in the previous episode, this was really the main focus of what we did, which was building this new dam, which really helped solve a lot of our electricity issues, which was great. And the other thing that we did was we built these two access roads that lead up to the dam, and it also provides another access to Pinewood up here, which I really enjoy, because that way it's just not like a dead end up here, and there's some sort of access, even if it's like a forest road. And as you can see, off camera after the episode that I filmed last, I put some forest in here. And I really like the way this came out, and I'm going to do this here and there as I have the money for it, because it does cost money to do this. But I think it just gives it so much more character, and I really like the conifers through here, all these pine trees. I think it really adds to what this area could possibly look like in real life. But before we get into today's episode, if you could hit the subscribe button and leave a comment down below about how you think things are looking so far, or what your favorite part of the build is, that would be really helpful. And also don't forget to like the video as well, that will also really help me out. And there are a few things I want to do in today's episode. The first thing I want to do is expand our industry a little bit. As you probably know by watching the videos in the series so far, we have three industries: the forestry industry, the ore industry, and the oil industry. We are missing farming, and that's something I want to change. And I think this is going to be a really great spot here to do that. So this is where we're going to focus on placing some of our farms. The other thing I want to do is really take a look at some other spots where we can put in more residential, because we really have such an intense residential demand right now. I think doing some more of these kinds of developments like this would go a long way in putting a dent in that. And the last thing I want to do is finish expanding our highway around over this way. I don't know if I'm going to make it connect up yet. I at least just want to get this sort of planned out over here, and then also think about where some of these roads might go. And also like this road and that road, where do they terminate? But with that, let's get into today's episode. Also, you may notice that I have these dotted lines back here again, and that's because there was a recent update for the game, and I think it is not meshing with some of the mods, specifically the 81 tiles mod. So it'll be interesting as we go through. Yeah, and I can see now that the network multi-tool is not there, which is one of my favorite tools. So with that said, we're going to do the best we can and try to make things as realistic in terms of our roadway grades and placement. All right, so the first thing I'm going to do is paint, whoa, okay. I'm going to paint an industry, and I can't even see what is going on here.
Oh my God, what is happening?
All right, and I think I have things figured out. There was just a bunch of issues with mods and everything, but if we go into our districts and everything, we can now see what we want to do in terms of placing a new industry area. So I'm going to go ahead and do that right now. So this looks like it's going to be some good farmland. I'm going to go ahead and paint the district. And something about like that. All right, and let's come down here and take a look at our roads. So I'm thinking of creating maybe a roundabout right here. And for the roundabout, I'm gonna do a radius of, I think, 50. I think that'd be good. And that is not pretty, but we're gonna even out the terrain so it looks a little bit better. We're gonna increase the brush size, and I might do it a little bit more. Just kind of give it a nice even out sort of situation. And that's looking much better. I don't know, we need this to be a double lane roundabout, but I'm going to leave it be for right now. And let's go ahead and create our road that we're going to base our farm off of. So zoom out a little bit. And I'm going to get this at a 90, and I'm going to just come straight down. All right, it's looking pretty good. So the first thing that we have to place, if you go into our Industries tab, is the forestry main building. Oh, and I am in the wrong one. Is the farming main building, which is basically like a farmhouse. I'm going to place this a little bit further back from the roundabout in case we need to make some modifications in the future, like, I don't know, like a slip lane or something like that. And these buildings don't really terraform well, but that's okay. We'll just kind of roll with it for right now. I'm going to do the farmers workers barracks as well. And we're going to need to run electricity out here. And to do that, I'm thinking about going ahead and extending this road all the way down here. That way we can tap into this transmission line down this way. So let's cut on our contour so we can hopefully try and follow some sort of natural path here. And I'm kind of meandering this road a little bit, probably being a little bit too picky with it, but I think it might make for like an interesting kind of like country road, you know what I mean? So we'll keep on with it. And where does this seem to pop out over here? Maybe what we can do is place a bridge here at some point. I might go ahead and take care of that right now, actually. But first, let's before I do that, let's go ahead and extend our power down to where the farm industry is. All right, that looks pretty good. So we have power. Let's extend our water, and I'm going to just run it down this way. I think with roundabouts, I'm actually not too sure when it comes to water mains, but I mean, this area would be technically under the either county or the cities or the state's right-of-way. Let's say in this case it's the county's right-of-way, so they could come in and service and do maintenance to the water. I'm not sure if it typically follows underneath the road, but I think for our purposes this would be fine for right now. So I'm going to extend this down, knowing that we're going to expand this road this way a little bit. And about there, I think it's going to be good. And it seems we don't have quite the power connection I thought we did. Let's go back over here and double check. Ah, yes. And I was having issues with this in the last episode. I am not sure what the situation is. Let's try that again. I wonder if this is a node issue. All right. Hopefully that takes care of our issues. And I'm going to cut collision back on. So our roundabout seems to be working pretty well. Might go into TMPE and change the junctions here. So I'm going to manually do this. I'm going to do this to go here. Then these are going to be throughs like that. And for some reason, doing like Control S is not working for me. So I'm just gonna, have to manually go through and do these. And I guess, that'll be all right. It'll make sense. And hopefully, if there's any error with the movement of traffic, it'll be just my fault. And let's go ahead and check our junctions. So we are proceeding through on, okay. Proceed through. Good. All right, let's check our stop controls. Let's have these all be yield, because that's what you do at a roundabout. You yield as you approach. Oh, now I forgot the yield there. Okay, that is looking good. So we have this farm industry in place, and people seem to be utilizing it, so that's good. Let's go ahead and place a few more assets for the farm. So I'm going to pick, I think, since we accidentally unlocked these things, I'm going to go ahead and place some of these larger crop fields. And I'm going to do that on both sides here. And then when we get down here, I'm going to extend the road this way. And then here, bring this further down. Okay, that looks good. And why don't we do a couple large fruit fields? Okay, it looks pretty good to me. And then we will bring these back around. And the terrain here is actually not too bad. It's pretty flat. So I'm going to extend this road at a 90 here, like that. And then what I'm thinking is placing a one-way street that sneaks behind here. And then maybe we have it stop right there, and then I'm going to curve it around. And then we'll connect this up right there. And I think we do have some issues here with overlap and our main house, farmhouse building. So I'm going to scoot that a little bit. I'm not going to already tell that this grade is pretty intense, so I'm going to see if I can adjust that with the network multi-tool. So from here, let's say down to here. Okay, and it won't let me select those nodes. So let's see. Yeah, that is pretty intense. So I'm going to have to manually bump this up. And what I'm not doing here is respecting the topography, and it's causing issues. So I'm going to have to, I think, relocate these two buildings. Let's bring this down here where it's more flat, and then do the same thing for the workers' barracks. And let's line that up, and looks like we have a power connection issue, so let's take care of that. Bring that down. Okay, so I think that should be good. Let's take a look again at our slopes. Okay, 18s, that is not good. Yeah, this is what happens when you don't respect the topography. This looks pretty bad. Let's see. I'm trying to think what I might do here instead. Maybe what we do to make the roundabout easier is let's get rid of this connection. We'll come back and fix this and have this meet up here with a better connection. And I'm realizing these roads have the wrong kind of use type. There's sidewalks and there's light posts and everything. We'll have to fix that at some point. So let's use our rural roads for right now. And before I place anything, I want to go ahead and slope the terrain. Let's get the brush size down, and let's see. We'll come up and meet here because this would be a good spot for sight distance. And I think what we're going to do is start here and then curve it around up this way. And when I say sight distance, I mean like if you meet here, it's kind of more at a 90-degree angle, and people stopped here can look left and right and see better. So let's back this off, and then we'll follow up here like that. And then I guess what we can do, I'm going to just, I guess technically downgrade all these roads for right now to be these rural gravel roads. Okay, and I think that has everything covered, and it looks like we have some node issues in here. Let's see if I can fix that. Yeah, so right here. And we might have to just, okay, I see. We have way too many things going on there. That is looking pretty good. I'm gonna go ahead and check this node out here. I think we have some issues. Well, no, I think there just is an extra node. I think that's what the problem is. Yeah. Okay. So with that said, let's go back and fix our terrain here. And I wonder if we use the network multi-tool to slope. Can we slope from here to here? Okay, I think I'm gonna have to force this node down. Okay, 10.6, 7.9. I think this can go down a little bit more. All right, 6.1, that's much better. All right, let's flatten out some of the terrain and open the budget panel, of course. Every time. Let's increase the brush size. And I wonder if we can, it's about as good as we can get it, I think. So what's the issue here? Not enough buyers for products, okay? That's something we'll have to take a look at here in the future. Let's take a look at the industry overview and see how we're doing. So we've almost leveled up to a level 2, and we are not turning a profit right now. but I think that is okay. Let's see if we can build this bridge over here and provide better access so that the industry can better get to the highway. So let's start from here, go like that, then we'll force an elevated section. Let's try to get our bridge straight, about like that, but I'm gonna back this off a little bit because I want it to connect nicely. Perfect. Well, not so perfect. Not so perfect. Okay, we're just gonna have to go in and manually change this with Move It. So let's bump this up. Yeah, that's looking better. And then we'll do the same thing on this side. No, we don't need the tree. We need this section. Let's come in and quickly take a look at the profile of the bridge. Okay, that is looking okay. Let's modify the slopes. So we'll go from here all the way down to there, flatten it up. Great. And that's a really good slope, that 0.6, because it is just enough so it looks flat to the naked eye, but it also sheds water just enough in real life when there's rain on the bridge deck. So I think typically you want to have 0.3% at a minimum to shed water. But anyway, yeah, so let's extend this down and let's force it to the ground. Like that. And so let's find our road and see how we can make a good connection up to that. So I think I'm gonna back this off a little bit and really start to, I think I might curve this around this way and then meet up like that. Okay, looks good. Now I'm gonna soften the terrain through here. Actually, before I do that, let's check our slopes. So I wanna take this, let's take it around over here. Okay, 1.7, so that's looking good. So let's do that. Come to here, 0.3, perfection. 0.5, how far can we go? There? Okay, perfect. Yeah, and really the slopes in here are not that bad, honestly. There it is, 23.9, that's not good. Let's raise that up to 4.3, that'd be good. Now I'm gonna go back and soften the terrain. I think that is looking pretty good. And we have a couple straggler props in here, like rocks and things. Some tree branches. There's another boulder. Hey, we got our first car. Cool. And I'm seeing there is just not enough buyers for products. And one of the things that has me thinking about is coming back over here. Early in the series, I talked about placing a cargo train station, and I think I'm going to go ahead and do that now. And one of the things I've found with these cargo train stations is that you almost want to have like a circulatory pattern with them. So I'm going to start here and place just a. Let's come back a little bit. Let's zoom out a little bit. I'm going to place this right here. This one-way street. And then now let's see if we can place our cargo train station. And I'm gonna put that right there. And now let's connect it up with the roadway network. And as I'm looking at this, I don't like the way that, like how this is close to Holly Street, I guess. So I'm going to fix that. That is not the most pretty connection, but I think it'll work for us. Then what we'll need to do is connect it up over here. And then truthfully, I'm gonna back this off and see if I can come into this at close to 90. Not the prettiest, but I think that'll work. Yeah, let's just straighten that up, and I think that'll work there. Then fix the node issues, and then let's provide. So it's got electricity, we need water now. And now the last thing we need is a rail connection. let's take a look at these rail connections. That one looks good. That one looks good. It's not ideal to have it this close to an at-grade intersection, and one of the things we might do in the future is make this grade separated. Either have the road go underneath or above. I think here it might make more it might make more sense to have the road looking at the train go underneath. And we do have some boulders in the road. We have boulders in the road everywhere. I don't really know why this keeps happening. I have prop anarchy off. Yeah, so if you have any suggestions as to preventing this, maybe it's because I have anarchy on when I place some of these roads, but I thought I had collision on, and I do. So I don't know. I'm confused. I'm probably just doing something wrong. But yeah, let me know if you have any thoughts on that. Okay, so the trucks come in here and they kind of, once things are kind of like, heavy with traffic and everything, this loop acts as kind of like a queuing station. As you can see now, it's starting to build up. But it's a good way for them to come in, pop in, come out, and then get on their way. So hopefully that will help with some of the farm issues we have over here. And there is a garbage collection problem. What if we place a recycling center here? Let's see if that helps out things. I don't know if that's going to really do what I want it to do, but yeah, it'd be nice to move away from incinerators. And I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and run water along this road here. And I think the reason for that is I'm going to go and start placing some residential along there. All right, and I think that is looking pretty good. So let's go ahead and place some residential. And this is peculiar. Yeah, and I'm just trying to raise up some of these power poles here so they don't look as peculiar. Let's take off contours for right now. All right, that's looking much better. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and start placing some residential along here. Maybe we'll have a little bit of commercial here instead. All right, let's try that again. That's probably a little bit too much commercial. Clean that up a little bit. Maybe by the bridge here, we'll have another little pocket of commercial. And I did not mean to put that. I meant to put commercial. Yeah. All right, that's looking pretty good. And we still have this issue with not enough buyers for products. Let's go take a look at the cargo train station we just built. Okay, that's working well. One of the things I see here is I do have the wrong road selected, so I'm gonna upgrade this to be 2-lane. Boy, yeah, and we do have a lot of truck traffic here. This might be a good spot for a roundabout. Let's go ahead and place one. And I'm gonna cut this one down to 45. And hopefully we don't have any major transmission line issues. Okay, I think that's good. All right, I think that is working well. We have a ton of truck traffic over here now. So we might have to signalize one of these. I'm gonna let it run for a little bit and then we'll come back and revisit. Yeah, and we're having some other city service issues over here. So let's take a look at everything. So our average health is not like where I want it to be, honestly. I wonder if I can place a hospital somewhere and if that will help things out. Maybe what I'll do is I'll place a medical clinic. I'll put that right there. Then maybe we can also place a crematorium as well. Let's take a look at police. So police coverage is pretty good. I don't think we have anything nearby in the immediate area. So I think I'm going to place one here and couple that with a fire station. So one of the things we can also do here with the fire ministry is place one of the more specialty facilities like a flour mill. So let's do that. Let's take anarchy off, place that. We don't have any cattle or anything like that, so I'm going to avoid that one, nor a milking parlor, and I don't want to place a slaughterhouse. Maybe we can do a couple large barns as well. Well, that seems to have taken care of issues there. We'll keep that at these at balanced for now. And I'm thinking I might extend this over here just to have another connection into the farm. So let's select our rural road. What I might do is back this up a little bit, then meet up here. So we find a good spot to come in. I think here would be good. Let's come off at a 90. Well, at least as close to 90 as we can get. And then let's curve this road around over there. Kind of liking that, like kind of meandery farm road connection there. And crime rate is high. I don't know. I might move this over here. And you can be by the police station. Same thing with this. I don't know. We'll see if that takes care of our issues. I mean, the police station is literally right there. So if they can't come down here and fix whatever's going on, then I don't know. I don't know what to do about that. But we have some abandonment here and worker issues. Let's take a look at our education real quick. So we need to place another high school somewhere. So it looks like our only high school, I think, is over here in Rivertown. So I'm gonna place one, maybe, let's see, maybe here. That way it can serve this side and Pinewood as well. And maybe I'll also place one over here near Summit Peak. And I think we're missing power. Yep. So let's add that in. Ooh, that is looking ugly. We'll leave that for now. Yeah, I'm just gonna back away. We have a fire here. Okay, well, y'all can deal with that. I mean, the fire station is right here, so yeah. We're struggling here with our farm. Let's take a look at policies. Have improved logistics. We'll do advanced automation. We'll come back for worker safety here in a little bit. Okay, so the other thing I wanted to do before we end today's episode is extend this highway around so that we can really start planning out our county seat that's going to eventually be here. So I'm going to go ahead and get started with that. And the first thing I'm going to do with that is I'm going to grade out where I think this highway should go. So let's cut on our contours. And if we zoom out, I think a good location for the highway to come through is about right in here. So I'm going to get a brush strength that is suitable for this, maybe like that. Then I'm going to come in over here and grab this elevation, and then zoom out, and then I'm going to roughly start here and meet all the way back up to where the highway terminates. Okay, that is pretty rough, but I think that's gonna work out for us. And maybe what we'll do is back this off a little bit so we can make a better turn. Just to make things a little bit easier on us, let's slope from here. Let's slope from here and then carry this up like that. That is looking good. Let's get our gravel road to plan with. All right, I'm gonna stop that there. Zoom out and take a look at it. I think that looks pretty good. Okay, so let's use our parallel road tool. Grab that node, come all the way up to, actually, I'm gonna start up here and then I'm gonna work my way down. How far down can I go? Is there a limit? Okay, cool. Let's bump this out to 32 meters. Oh, there we go. Hit enter. Perfect. And it looks like we're missing that last connection here, so I'm gonna add that in. All right, great. Let's take a look at the slopes. All right, that looks reasonable. How far down can we go? Okay. Okay. Tempted to just leave it alone, but okay. That's fine. 4.4. So we'll do the same thing on this side. This should be, yeah, 4.4. Okay, great. Then let's check this last segment. Okay, roughly everything's about 4.3, 4.4. And I think the last thing we need to do is upgrade this to be actual highways. All right, and I think that is looking pretty good. So before we end today's episode, I want to go through in Terraform, get a larger brush size and clean this up. All right, that is looking really good. Nice, I like it. So this is going to give us the foundation for building our county seat. So that's going to be coming up in a future episode. And we're still having issues here with the farm. For some reason, it says we're not producing anything, which is pretty bizarre to me. If you have any comments as to why that might be, leave that down below. But yeah, I think that's going to do it for today's episode. We accomplished a lot here. We created this roundabout. We also created this farm, the Garnet Plantation. But I think we probably want to change the name for that, especially I'm going to actually just go ahead and change it to South River Farm. And if you have a better name for that, please let me know down in the comments what you think that should be. But we also extended residential along here, and for a brief moment in time, our residential demand was pretty low, but now it's back to being sky high. We came over here and added a bridge and another roundabout, and we have tons of truck traffic now associated with our new cargo terminal. And the last thing that we did was we, of course, extended our highway around the big mountain over here to really be the jumping off point for the county seat that we're going to place right here. But I think that's going to do it for today's episode. If you enjoyed the video, please subscribe and also leave a comment down below. And don't forget to hit the like button as well. But I'm looking forward to seeing you all back in the next episode. But until then, have a good one, and we'll see you later. All right, bye.